Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome your faces back to another Hearts of Iron Millennium Dawn playthrough. We are here, not another playthrough, sorry, another episode of our playthrough. There we go, fucking nailed it. This is episode, I've literally just looked at the episode numbers, 23? Sounds about right. Got the ball rolling. In the last episode, we had been focusing ourselves on infrastructure, and we did we turned off the infrastructure investiture, had good roads equals happy people, lovely jubbly, but now we are doing our pro-Western propaganda campaign, so we are not making money at the moment, but that will end shortly, in just over 2 months' time. Speaking of 2 months' time, let's have a look. So, yeah, we were saying we want to go down, like, the reliance on Europe rather than like the American route, because we want tanks. So I think we go speak against Russia, rely on Europe, and then focus on the housing problem, because apparently we've got a housing problem. And then hopefully by the time we've got this, we'll get the IT giant rolling, get an extra 2 office sectors. And then we want a true EU state. We want less tax costs, so we get more tax. It costs us less. Let's actually have a look at that. Tax costs. Welfare? No. Tax costs. All tax income minus 10%, so we get tax cost minus 3%, that goes down to negative 7%, so we make more money. Right, I'm with you. Can I just say as well, I am still absolutely bewildered. Every single day I upload one of these videos, you guys crush the like button, right? I never expect any sort of interaction, right? It's just who I am. I don't like burdening others, but you guys, fucking yes! The economy's bouncing back. Lovely bloody jubbly. It's about time. Yeah, I never expect people to comment or like or even watch the videos. I do it because I enjoy playing this game. And by the looks of things, you guys enjoy being along for the ride, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you very much. Yeah, this series will go on for the foreseeable future. I am not like in the HOI4 community. Like, I'm not too active in Discord servers or anything like that. But I do know there's going to be a new expansion coming, so I know that this version of Millennium Dawn will probably go out of date. So I've got like 2 things to basically say, right? Is if I have timed this wrong, like starting this episode, I'm only putting out 1 a day, that sort of thing. If it gets to a point where we're not close to finishing this, I will do one of 2 things. I will this series will obviously will become like inadequate and out of date, so I would discontinue it. So there's that option. even though I know you guys are enjoying the Millennium Dawn content, I will either restart it on the new patch when Millennium Dawn gets updated as a different country, so then we have the knowledge we have of Millennium Dawn from what we've learned here, or there's option C, which is playing on the older patch, so we can still crack out this save for you. So there's those options. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. But for the time being, it's sticking around. Don't worry. I just got a bit concerned earlier because I saw like a Hearts of Iron video in my feed about the new update, and I was like, oh, I'd completely forgotten about the new update that was coming. But hey ho, we're now going to go on reliance on Europe, which Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, and 17 others gain a opinion of me plus 20. So that's like all of the EU states, really. Russia no longer likes us because we spoke out against them. They stinky. Poo-wee. Yeah, that's right. You got... Your mother smells like dingleberries. Yeah, you got scornfully insulted. So, with the stable growth now, even though we are doing a pro-Western propaganda campaign, because of the stable growth and the increase in tax we get, or the getting rid of the debuff multiplier for the tax revenue, we're now making $1 billion a week. And like I say, when this is done in just over a month's time now, our economy is going to be fucking zooming. Fucking zooming. And just for reference, right? In between this episode and the next episode, I'm going to look up the average GDP, like in 2023 right now, for Germany, France, and the UK, right? And Poland, so we can get like see where our GDP is in comparison to modern day economies and that sort of thing. And just bring a bit of realism into it. So I'm just gonna write that down. Research GDPs. Underline it. Close the book. Boom, baby. So now that we're making money again, that's absolutely sensational. Second level of our nuclear reactor is going to be done in February, so it's still got some time. Still got some time before it's done there. Slovakia might be wanting to leave the EU, by the looks of things. It's wild. These guys are still in like an economic boom, and I just don't understand why. Whereas the Netherlands is stagnating, Belgium's in a boom, France is in a boom. The Swiss are fastly growing, and the Italians have got fast growth. I think for us, it's kind of because, like, if we just have a look here, Germany's GDP is like 4 times the size of mine, just in general, and their GDP is like just GDP per capita, I should say, is just lower than ours. Whereas, like, if we go to Italy, like, so that to me makes 0 sense. Like, the GDP of Italy is about the same, give or take 300 billion, as Germany's, right? But they, per capita, are making $40,000 extra. So, like, I'm just confused as to why, like, countries with high GDPs have... Well, it makes sense that they're in, like, an economic boom and stable growth and stuff. But, like, Ukraine's in a recession, Russia's stagnating, so are both Belaruses, but then Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia are all doing well as well. So, It's just food for thought, I say. Slovakia still loves us. They're still not doing too crazy. So they're at 41%. Let's manipulate their politics a little bit. And that should go up to 43%. We're basically making sure Slovakia stays democratic and pro-Western, rather than going towards a non-aligned outlook, which is coming around in just under 2 years now. I'll tell you what, that's a good coffee. CRISPR. Boom. More monthly population. This is 2010 tech. Can't remember if on the last episode we wanted to go down like a certain way for stuff and things. But space tech, more satellites, yes please. And I remember now, if we go here, it was Space Center and Orbit, right? And then we click that button. So we still only have 3 satellites. Can we... Wait, we need... Oh... We want more satellites in orbit. We need rockets. Do we have OLV, orbital launch vehicles? Let's have a look. Sorry about that, guys. So do we have orbital launch vehicles? Intercontinental space tech. We don't. So we have satellite, I guess we just commandeered them. So in that case, you, my friend, can switch over to that. So we can put the satellites on rockets. What's the difference between these? Reliability and how much they cost, how much time it takes to produce them, and how much they can carry. And reliability, of course. Okay. Well, we'll work towards orbital launch vehicles. Get some extra satellites up, considering we do just have 6 just in a random warehouse in the middle of Poland. So we will do that. Also, look at this. Special purpose payload. Like, I don't know what any of these mean. Can we clear it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So that's something to work towards. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I need to turn my page. Okay. So let me move my keyboard. Sorry guys, just faffing about a little bit. And move my mouse so the screen don't go crazy. Okay, so Hearts of Iron 4, MD, research, orbital launch vehicles, OLVs, for satellites. Underline it. Boom. Jobs are good un. Right. Where were we? Our infrastructure project is still underway. We are building railways. Is my... How long? Early high-speed rail. We're going to get that in 44 days. Lovely stuff. In that case then, can we say actually before we build some high-speed rails, or build railways, get some more infrastructure going. That way, we're not actually wasting construction. Because if it's going to be quicker for us to just get high-speed rails and then produce them, there's no reason why not to. Russian hackers have stolen classified military intelligence. This means war. This means war, you prick. How good is our encryption? It's got me wondering. Electronics. It's up to date. It's not 2015 tech, but does the trick. Maybe they were using 4G. Who knows? Who knows? So let me just consult my last piece of paper. Soften conservatives. Develop the industry. Pushing back the right-wing economy. So we no longer need to stimulate the economy, considering we're in fast growth. So that's great. And you gotta think, we build people better roads, they spend more money. They can get to more shops. And would you look at that? Our pro-Western campaign's finished. 64% popularity. It's okay for the time being. And just thinking, do we want to bump up government expenditure? Ooh. Sweden, for whatever reason, has probably changed their trade laws. Consumption economy. Let's have a look. Aha, yeah, so if they were on consumption, there's less, they push less resources to market, but they get more, they get less money. So they're probably just conserving the resources. Understandable. How's their economy doing, by the way? They're in an economic boom and like, you know what? Nah. We want to keep our shit. Fair play to them. Network infrastructure is maxed. Bump up the airbase. In Warmia, so we have a staging base. Granted, we don't have hundreds and hundreds of fighters, but we've got to be prepared. Got to be prepared. Yeah. SPAs. And look, I said in either in the last episode or the episode prior to that we were going to make a minimum of 7 a year. We are, and we've still got an extra 12% of efficiency cap. So that is just absolutely marvelous information. Modifying officer corps. Decisive battle plan. Not really required at the current moment in time. We're not doing anything. So, expenditure, let's have a look. We get extra stability, granted we're at 79%. We get less tax cost. So we're actually losing money in regards to that. Could spend, there's 0.8 billion. Which actually isn't even a mouse on a wheel to us really anymore. So we could just bump that up. Extra 3% stab, let's do that. And the popularity rating should increase as well. Relying on Europe's finished. How much is it for IT Giant? 24 mil. Or we could get the Rhine metal plant for 15 billion. We get 2 mils. Germany gets 3 billion, but you know. But we did say focus on housing problem first, which gives us a boost to civs and infrastructure. Let's do that. It's for 3 years as well. And how close are we? 9 days away from early high-speed rails. Let's go ahead and pay off as much as we can of our debt, about 23 billion. Luxembourg election, they form a new government, the Christian Social People's Party. How is he? How are they doing? Stagnating a bit. They're not in debt, which is good. Don't have that many factories either. We could invest. Could being the word. We've just spent a lot of our money. Moldova gets a surprise election. Stable growth for Moldova. Could try and pull them in our sphere, kind of. I mean, the more in Ukraine and Russia's sphere, if I'm being honest, but I mean, we are helping Eastern Europe prosper, or at least trying to. God loves a tryer, so I've heard. Angolian civil war ends. Well, congratulations for the people of Angola. They now have a left-wing radical in charge. Would you look at that? Hey, early high-speed rail. Let's go ahead and get high-speed rail. And then now, I don't feel bad for my trains getting built. We love, well, not trains, my rail being built. Special projects. Influence. We have a lot of influence. No one owns us. It's great. We can now get the last lab upgrade. And then we can still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more research slots. It's absolutely wild. But in fairness to the game, there is a lot to research, so it makes sense, right? So don't want an NAP because they're reluctant. Maybe once we get orbital launch vehicles, we can, and put them in orbit, we can offer them access to our satellites. Because why not, right? Okay. How are we doing on the old nukes? Got 42 kilograms. And now that's going to go up to 2 kilograms a day because the second nuclear reactor, well, the reactor level is now level 2. Base gain is now 146 for fuel. Lovely stuff. And look at that. Even high-level trains, they're getting pumped out. No brakes on this wagon. Or on this train. Sorry for the pun. Okay. So, just looking at the ideological powers here. The whole episode we did on like calculations of like how much everything makes us. That's like how much it makes me. And because we are the PO party, the civil platform, and part of a pro-Western government, liberals, and I'm not a liberal because I believe we were up here the socialists, right? So we had peaceful diplomacy, economic inventionism, and welfare state. So it was cheaper to do like the safety net and stuff. But here, because we're liberal, we get even more money from officers. So that's just sensational, if you ask me. So now the Nationalist Party is the third largest party. So does that mean we can now be like, yo, can we ban you? No. But we can attack you. So we shall. No reason why not to, really. Could go into a little bit of debt. By a little bit, like an extra 90 billion. To get an extra research slot. Would just like to wait now, though, because we're in stable growth. And the economy is zooming. Yet again. Did we not build up infrastructure in Lower Silesia? We didn't. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Let's max all the infrastructure. Well, that was a very quick war. Just thinking here, is it worthwhile to bump up to advanced universal healthcare? 2.8 billion we're making, that's going to cost us 7.7 billion. Do that. Bum, 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 bum. So we did, at the start of the episode, get our main battle tanks done. The 2 divisions we had cooked. Now it's 252, so we can't make a third just yet, but these guys are still training, so we'll just allow them to continue with that. Research is done. Could get 4G, but we're still a little bit ahead of time, so let's not. Could go down, get some 2005 arty. Could go anti-tank, actually. No, we can't. Yeah, let's get fire control system. 5% breakthrough for their artillery, maybe. I am confused. What do I want? Because this is... Yeah, so that allows the air defense systems. Short, medium range. Well, get some better C4I equipment. Start modernizing the military, considering we're about to get orbital launch vehicles. Our popularity continues to rise. Let's continue to attack the nationalists. We'll get this this tech, orbital launch vehicles, put you onto 1965 tech, 112 days, and then when this national focus is done, we will call it there for the episode, because I'm just being considerate about how long this episode's gone on for, with all the jump cuts and such. Polish bank face crises. Despite the hot, delicious latte art espresso in your Poland, love heart, this is not a good day. Desperate financial moguls, their lobbyists and politicians have made contributions. We need a bailout. Is this the recession? Yeah, this is the stock market crash. Okay. We will provide the bailouts. The economy, let's just double check, stays in stable growth. Lovely. Go into more debt, but the economy stays strong. And let's get a military focus actually first. Support weapons, just whilst we get the monthly tick. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you liked, drop a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. It is free, and you can always change your mind later down the road if you feel like it. And yeah, this series comes out every single day at midday British Standard Time. With that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye bye.